Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mama Amir and I'm from 5SPME1. And today I'm gonna talk about the aircraft black box. What is black box? Technically, black box known as flight data recorder, and the black box is an instrument that records all the activities of the aeroplane during its flight. An aeroplane generally houses two black boxes kept at the front and the back side of the aeroplane. These record the information about a flight and help to reconstruct the events that lead to an aircraft crash. Black box is made of titanium metal and is enclosed in a titanium box which gives its strength to its stand and its shock if it falls in the sea or from the height. Next, the history of the black box. In the view of the increasing accidents in the aeroplane crashes, it was thought to develop a device which can give information about the reasons for airplane accidents and might also help in saving planes from accidents. Hence, the black box was invented. Earlier, the box was red in color and named Red Egg, while the inner walls of the box were black in color, so it came to be known as the black box. That is the history of the black box. Next, black box has two separate parts. The first box is the flight data recorder. This box can contain information about the direction, altitude, fuel, speed, turbulence, cabin temperature, and many more. About 88 such values for about 25 hours can be recorded. This box can withstand a temperature of about 11,000 degrees Celsius for 1 hour and a temperature of 160 degrees Celsius for 10 hours. These boxes are red or pink in color so that can be found easily. The next one is cockpit voice recorder. This box records the sound of the airplane during the last 2 hours. It records the sound of engine, emergency alarm, cabin, and cockpit in order to predict the conditions of the plane before any accident occurs. Then, how does black box work? To understand that, as we have already been told that the black box is made up of strong metal, it can work for 30 days without any electricity. It can withstand a temperature of 11,000 degrees Celsius. When this box is lost anywhere, it keeps on emitting the wave along with a beep sound for about 30 days. This voice can be identified by the investigators from a distance of about 2 to 3 kilometers. An interesting fact with regard to the black box is that it can emit waves from the depth of 14,000 feet in the sea. Though black box does not reflect a clear picture of plane accidents, and in some of the accidental cases, it could hardly be found. But one fact is for sure, that it plays an important role in the investigation of plane accidents. Let's take a look at the example of China Eastern Airline crash. This year, in March, the China Eastern Airline Boeing 737-800 jet crashed in the mountain of Guangxi after a sudden plunge from cruising altitude, killing all 123 passengers and 9 crew members aboard. Black box data recovered from a China Eastern flight that crashed in March suggests someone in the cockpit intentionally downed the airplane. The Wall Street Journal reported citing a preliminary assessment from United States officials. The Boeing 737-800 was flying from Kunming to Guangzhou when it nose-dived from 29,000 feet mid-air into the mountain, killing all 132 passengers and crew on board. It was China's deadliest air disaster in decades. Information extracted from the plane's damaged flight data recorder shows human input orders to the control sent the plane into the deadly dive. According to the journal, citing people familiar with the probe, the plane's flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder were recovered from the crash and sent to the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board or NTSB in Washington DC for analysis, Chinese media stated earlier. That's all from me for the topic of the black box. Thank you.